Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator with HangarControl, and today we're going to be talking about quite a few things, still focusing on the SimMonitor like we did yesterday, but there has been a massive change to how it operates, how it works, how we launch it, and the features that are now within it. I told you guys that I was going to be fixing some things up, and initially I was going to take today off, and I decided not to, and so we got a lot done today, and I can't wait to show you, so stick around. One app designed to do it all. HangarControl brings everything together: control bindings, hardware configuration, mod and profile management, application launching, add-ons, config files, and more, all managed from a single application. Mods Hanger goes beyond just mods and add-ons. It manages profiles, config files, text files, backups, snapshots, and helps keep your community folders clean and organized. Application Hanger launches your entire Sim stack with a single click. Your Stream Decks are fully controlled through the HangarControl plugin, while all of your other Stream Deck plugins remain active and available. Built by a simmer for simmers, HangarControl adds new features and hardware support every week based on community feedback. It's a one-time purchase with lifetime updates, no subscriptions. You can try it for free for 5 days with no restrictions at overkillsimulations.com. Just create an account, head to your account page, download the latest version, and get started. And if you're looking for in-depth Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft tutorials, check out my Patreon site. Links to HangarControl and Patreon are down in the description below. Alright folks, you know the drill with the HangarControl videos. A quick recap if you skipped the intro. If you are interested in trying HangarControl, just go to the website, overkillsimulations.com, create an account first, hit login, hit the red account button in the top right, hit the red download HangarControl button in that window, and begin your 5-day free unrestricted trial, including any updates that are released during that time frame. And hopefully you have a wonderful ride controlling the experience. Now, let's get started into what we're here for today. So one of the things that was brought up yesterday, and I had mentioned it in the video, was that the ability to pull B events was going to be hit and miss. And it had to do with the fact that the WASM module also needed some updates. Well, I went ahead and I updated the WASM module today, but that means that there's some work that you guys have to do. Now you guys will see that my sim is already running. You need to do this part with the simulator closed. Okay, if you do it with it running, you're going to have to restart Microsoft Flight Simulator before these changes will take effect. But it's real simple. I just want you to go to your settings, verify that you have your Microsoft Flight Simulator directory. So we're just going to do an auto detect to see if it got it right. And no, it did not. It's close, and that's my fault. But we're going to go in here, and it's actually this directory that I want. And you guys can see that I've already got it here. But let's say you didn't. We'd come in here, and then all I want you guys to do, and if, by the way, if this is already correct, if you already have your line, if you hit auto detect or whatever it may be, if it is already there, then all you have to do is come down, open your settings window, come down and hit save changes, and it will redeploy the WASM module. Now, to give you guys some context here on what that looks like, give me just a minute and I'm going to show you how you'll know if it worked. So we're going to go over to my community folder, and I'm going to show you guys in just a second. And for right now, example, it is 7:40 my time. And if we come over here and we look at the timestamp, you'll see that it has changed to 7:39, right? So we know that it worked. If you don't see that timestamp update, that means the WASM module didn't update either. So just keep that in mind, all right, folks? And of course, if you're installing it for the first time, well, then you're good to go. All right, so that's the big kicker there. And then after that, you would start Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're ready to rock. The next thing I want you to be aware of is if you had previous versions of HangarControl installed, the SimMonitor is now installed in a completely different location because we have changed the way it's operating due to the way it was. I basically had to put it in the app data directory because program files has a lot of permissions issues, and because HangarControl was trying to do a different type of installer now for the SimMonitor. If you guys recall in the previous video, I told you the SimMonitor is actually a completely separate application that is simply launched by HangarControl. So because of permissions and crap like that, we moved it to the app data where HangarControl always has the permissions to write to that folder. So we're going to go to SimMonitor. All right, so now that we've launched SimMonitor, sorry about the cut there. I had to step away for a second. So now that we've launched SimMonitor, you can see that I can get rid of HangarControl too. Technically, you could actually close HangarControl. So we're going to do the always on top. I'm going to hit connect. We get our green dot. Now, I want to start out by giving you guys some heads up on things. If you ever come up here and you get a SimConnect disconnect or exception error or something like that, it'll show it right here. Hopefully we don't get one. I don't really want to repeat one. You need to take this, you're going to have to close SimMonitor completely, and you need to take this value, the update rate, and bump it up to say 500 or 1000. What that usually means is that A, we found a bad SimVar that is no longer reachable or doesn't exist anymore, which would mean that the Microsoft Flight Simulator documentation is out of date. No, say it isn't so. Anyway, or it means that the update rate is just pounding. I want you guys to understand that even when you start loading SimVars, and then you load LVars, and then you load BVars, you are pounding the hell out of SimConnect. SimConnect is still just a thread. It's a pipeline, right? And you can overfill it. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that you got to take this kind of reasonable. Now, in yesterday's video, I showed you guys about loading all SimVars, so I'm going to sort of steer you guys to that video if you want to do that. What I want to show you guys is first the B events. So if we do load all B events, you can see now all of your Phoenix A320 B events are now in place, assuming you followed the beginning of this video and you updated the WASM module. If you didn't update the WASM module, you may not see this. Okay, so there's all your B events. The thing to talk about B events is, for example, if we even find, let's go to our, let's see here. Let me find one, hang on. There we go. That's push pull input knob, FCU vertical speed. There we go, there's the heading. All right, so there's our heading knob. All right, if we turn these in any way, right, notice that they don't change anything. And that's because the B events are sending commands to the sim. They can't be read. That they're not writing a variable. They are communicating with another part of the software, which in this case is an LVAR, which I am going to show you guys in just a second here. But I wanted to make sure that people try to understand the difference. And if you still have trouble with the differences between the different events, I recommend you go watch one of my YouTube videos from a couple days ago where we go through every single type of event. And, you know, it's not perfect. I'm not 100% right on everything, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about load BVars. Oh, wait, we already did that. Sorry. Now let's do, I'm like, why didn't that work? Let's do load LVars. And you can see you get a progress bar. You don't really want to do anything else until that progress bar finishes. Because if you go to search for anything, until this hits 100%, you might look for a variable that isn't loaded yet. Okay, so just hang tight for a minute. Again, this is loading 3,000 variables, guys, so keep that in mind. So we're going to give that a minute to finish. Be right back. Okay, so now that that's complete, we're going to go ahead and try to do 7.5 on our filter. We've hit value filter. We're going to do 7.5. Gives you a range of plus or minus 10 of that number. Hit apply. And look what we got. FCU heading 075 degrees. And then what you can do is if you have it ironed out, you can check that and do watched only. And now it should only be watching that one variable once you think that you found the one that you're looking for. So now when you rotate it, now the reason why that went away is because if you look at our filter, we went outside of the range that we selected. So if we clear the filter, it comes back. And so I thought you guys would like to see that. I thought that was a pretty cool fix myself. I was actually pretty proud of myself, not going to lie, when I got that working. But it gives you a really nice way to sort of, A, start to narrow down the event that you're looking for if you have a bunch that are similar, but then gives you the ability to track a very specific line. And you can do this with more than one line item. So if we do, oh, pardon me, excuse me. Let's say we were monitoring changed only. And let's say, I don't know, let's say we wanted to find, I don't know, let's say we were looking at a couple of these, right? So let's go to previous value. And we've got new values. Let's say you wanted to watch that one. Let's say you wanted to watch this one and this one and this one, right? And I'm just throwing random crap, guys. Helps when you actually hit the check mark, though. Anyway, you get the gist and you hit watch only. Now you can see up here, it's only watching these variables. So your update time is going to be significantly faster when you do that as well. Okay, so this was, I hope, a pretty short video. I didn't want to make this too long, so just remember the key points here. The software itself for SimMonitor is now located in the app data directory for HangarControl. Also, if you have created custom H events, B events, L events, if you have those stored in a custom directory, so if it's in the default directory, it should pull it automatically. If you put it in a custom directory, it should pull it automatically. But if for any reason you have a specific path that you want the SimMonitor to look for, you can go to the settings and find these here. But keep in mind, leave fields empty to use the default path. SimMonitor shares catalog data with HangarControl. Any custom events will automatically appear. Now, that also means custom directories. I have it looking at, obviously HangarControl has a primary location where it stores any of your custom directories. This should be pulling from that as well. But if for any reason you're not finding the catalog you're looking for, I wanted to show you guys that option there as well. So, I think that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying these new changes. I certainly think they're fun. And as always, folks, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.